Hello traders, welcome to today's video with me, John. We're going to be looking at our live currency strength indicator and seeing where the tables are pointing us today. We use these tables day to day to find our trades. So we're going to be looking to see what the tables tell us today, and there's actually been no change. It's still telling us to focus on the euro as the weakest currency, so that is where we're going to be keeping our attentions, especially against the Australian dollar and the Canadian dollar. So we've been featuring Euro Oz, Euro CAD since the start of this week, and nothing's really changing here. So I'm expecting some further downside to these currencies, and keeps things super simple for us because we've been focusing on those markets anyway. Now when we come down to some of our trading decisions, none of our actual trades have actually been triggered yet. That's just down to the fact that the momentum is with these markets and they haven't really pulled back into our levels of interest yet. So what we need to do is come up with some other ideas of maybe where we can start focusing some of that attention. So if I just bring on Euro Aussie first, we were talking about this breakdown through these levels here, and we're talking about sort of a break and retest for a continuation to the downside there. But we did want to see a bit of a sort of price breakdown of the 1 spot 62 handle that happened. We've traded through this support as well. So what I really wanted to see was a reaction from the trend line for a pullback for a continuation. We haven't seen that. Price instead has continued to trade through the support, and we're actually heading towards that 1 spot 59 handle. But that doesn't mean that we just jump on. It doesn't mean that we just get short, because we still have to be sensible with how we enter the market. Now I'm going to go to an hourly time frame here. I'm going to look for a different entry to what we've been looking at recently. I'm going to look for a potential pullback entry here, and I quite like the opportunity that we could see price coming back in towards this area here. So we've got the 50 moving average as well as this sort of recent high at 1 spot 61. So that's where I'm going to be looking for a potential entry. If I just bring in my modified risk reward tool here, what we're going to be looking at is the entry around about this area here, which is that 1 spot 61 handle, which is just kind of these highs and lows. If I just zoom in to that so you can see that in a little bit more detail, it's these kind of highs that are just through there. So that's going to be my first entry. I'm going to look for that pullback. That's also around that trend line as well as the 50 moving average. I'm then going to look for my stop loss to be in line with the ATR. So let me just reshape this a little bit so we can be able to sort of manage and move that. It's around about that 61 handle there. So our ATR at the moment is saying that we should be looking at 114 pips. Now 114 pips, if you just look at the stop, you can see that it's, as we drag this up, it'll bring us in above this previous swing high, which is great because that gives us a nice little area for our stop to be in. So that's what I'm going to be looking for there. First entry is going to be 1 spot 61 handle. Stop loss is going to be around about the 162.14 in line with the ATR there. Now for targets, that brings us into looking at our first target back down towards where price is currently trading from, and then our target is 159, but 2 to 1 is just below that at 158.72, but we'll be looking for 159 as our sort of overall targets here, because that is this level or these lows that formed back on the 16th of March. So that's what I'm going to be looking for as my overall sort of targets. Obviously you can leave runners in. So what I mean by that is if you set up 2 trades here, both split in risk, you can have kind of 50% on one, 50% on the other. What I mean by that is, sorry, if you have a 1% overall risk, 0.5% on one, 0.5% on the other, you could come out at 159 but leave the other trade on to see if it goes further, perhaps into the 1 spot 57 handle where this daily 200 moving average is. So that's something that you can also look to do. You can split your risk into 2 possible trades there. I do like Euro Oz downside. We talked about this kind of head and shoulders that's being developed, so I would be looking for a bit of a pullback entry here. The second market we like as well is Euro CAD, so I've set up another potential entry here as well. I was just talking with Charles about different types of setups we could look at for this one, and again we've kind of agreed on the 50 moving average as being a nice level to look for a shorting opportunity. That gives us plenty of room with a stop loss ATR to 84 pips. If you just look at that, there's around about 84 pips to the stop there, which also brings us above this spike high, which is really nice to get above. And our target is going to be around about the 1.4250 as first target. Second target is going to be the 142 handle, where the daily 200 moving averages at this moment in time. So two potential setups that we could be looking at here today. EuroCAD, I really still like the EuroCAD downside as well. The only difference with EuroCAD is that we're really kind of on top of the support level at the moment. So the risk reward ratio there is a little bit sort of lower than it would be with the likes of EuroOz, which is quite a way away from those targets. So that's the only difference we've got there. But both EuroOz, EuroCAD still featured on the tables as the charts to watch, and that's the beauty of using these tables. We don't need to go searching for anything. We don't need to go and force anything on other charts. We just kind of have a look at these two charts and see where we can sensibly set up a potential entry point, and those are the two entries that we're going to be looking for. Now remember, if you are a member and you want to access these tables, all you need to do is head over to the Pro Services tab, select Pro Live 365 Forex Strength tables. It'll bring up this table in here. You can also scroll down and see the rolling data as well for the previous 30 days if there's any kind of back testing you want to do and things like that. So thanks for watching the video update. I will speak to you soon.